wants to say hello, and it also wants to say goodbye. So, cruising right now, and we'll show you what happens with some of these quickshot modes. Or maybe it's... Okay, so let's get in the screen recording portion of this. I'm going to do my best to walk through everything. So as you see here, I'm going to expand the screen in Final Cut. For some reason it was giving me issues playing this guy back with Preview or in QuickTime. So we're going to go ahead. We have my screen recording on my iPhone 11 Pro in the Control Center. Depress that and we begin going. So now here I'm sitting down and I'm chilling with my controller, and as you see I'm on Smart Shot or whatever in my still side of photography, and these is actually pretty cool. Play around with this, but you're seeing we have photo, video, Quickshot. We're going to Quickshot, which is this little film reel. We're going to navigate down there. Boom. Come on, let's get down there. I think what I was doing here is I was trying to shoot a little manual video so you guys are aware, and I had the Polar Pro ND32 on my Mavic Air 2, mind you, which is essentially a thick pair of sunglasses. So I actually had to raise my ISO from 100 to 200, and that was at a 60th of a second shutter speed, which is pretty ideal. And my histogram was on the darker side, but I thought it looked good actually, and it kind of kept everything really rich and nice tones, and I didn't look super hot, meaning like glary with the sun because it was so bright out. So that was that. So you got to be mindful when you do use filters to pay attention to your histogram. So enable this guy. And I was essentially just doing a really quick manual flyaway to see how that looked. And honestly, the Quickshot automation does a better job. So I just kind of flew in sport mode quickly away from me. And then I flew back, and it looks like I almost hit myself, but I didn't. Whoa. Okay. So we're going to get back to the automation mode. Now I went into Quickshot right here. So see this? Quickshot is enabled. I have the ability with Droney and some of these to choose the distance or altitude. So I went into Quickshot Droney, and I wanted to expose first. So I'm getting my exposure. Then don't always think 0 is the correct exposure with an auto, because it's not. The camera doesn't always do a great job at metering and exposing. So look at your histogram, look at your visual and see. And I went and did, I believe, -7/10 under. And then I locked the exposure. And this is key. So look at this lock in the lower right-hand corner. Make sure that's enabled and yellow, because you don't want it to fluctuate, because that is an amateur move. And you don't want to see your exposure going bright and then dark and all over the place. You want it to stay consistent, and that's that. So again, lock this. And one of the things you need to be aware of, this little plus sign in the green circle is essentially detecting that there's a subject, me. And one of the things that I was having issues with when I was playing around with this for the first time ever is if you're too close, or the drone was really close to me right now, it wasn't allowing me to draw a little bounding box around myself, and it wouldn't stick. So you see obstacle detected, Quickshot ended. So it's not sticking, as you see. I'm trying to draw around me. So you need to move the drone a little further back. I was probably 10 feet away from me, I bet, but just kind of push it back on the throttle, and you'll eventually be able to draw a box around you, and it will stick and do what it's supposed to. So let me see. I'm still messing around, and we're going to go... So I'm still not far enough away. And now, when I go ahead and do it, apparently I went back a little bit. There we go. And there we got it. We are locked and loaded. 3, 2, 1 countdown. And then it goes and does its thing. And it will cruise away. And you'll see on the right-hand side this percentage meter. And the Droney one's pretty quick. Some of them take a little bit longer. But you want to make certain that it gets to 100% before you do anything. Don't touch the controls, because if you touch any of the controls, it will break the Quickshot, and stop it, and you got to redo everything again. You can actually X out of this when it's returning home and return home manually. That's no problem. It will still save the quick shot, so don't be concerned with that. Just while it's doing the 1 to 100%, don't do anything with the controls or gimbal. And now you'll see it's playing back in real time. And if I did click this little magic wand, then it would give you the ability to see it, or maybe it has to actually, I believe, download it and then create it, but then you can see the actual quick shot, and then you can click it again and it will just be the same kind of video like this, the actual original file. So that's that. So that's Droney. We're going to go a little bit more. So now we got rocket, and we could set the altitude on rocket, so we can go big or we can go, let me see, so I went to 250 feet, drew the little bounding box, good to go, put the controller down, Zen mode on, and then we fly away. And now we wait a little bit longer, and we got to just do our thing, 7%, 9%. And each of these take, not that long. Just be patient and relax and enjoy. But you want to also be mindful of where your drone is. Have a tree or something in the background or power line. You want to still keep an eye on it. And ideally, when you're doing any of these automated modes, keep your finger on the X or on the pause button, because that will definitely help you out in case you do get into something like a little emergency or about to hit a tree or something. Who knows? You just I know where I'm flying at, so I put my controller down because I knew what it was going to do. And while, again, it's returning, you can X out of this and fly it back manually, just if you want to throw it on sport mode or something. But, whoop, what happened there? And now where are we at? Okay. So now, again, I believe I was going to circle mode, or circle quick shot. Boom. And now I was going to try to have it circle me, but there were trees and stuff, and I was too low to the ground, so it wasn't allowing me to because it was sensing obstacles. So what I essentially had to do is change my subject, and you see what is happening. Watch, it's going to go ahead and play. I'm going to lock this on me, and it will detect me. I got to go a little further back. Boom. Oh, there we go. 3, 2, 1. And because there are trees and stuff sensing in the pattern of what it's going to do, it's just going to stop and end. So that's the reason why it's not just not working. It's because something is detected, meaning an obstacle. So you're not in the clear, and you need to figure something else out. Watch one more time. Nope. So we're going to continue on to a new subject. So I went ahead and just flew over to something that I knew I can get high enough to get above the trees. And then I'm going to show you too. So right now, if I go and circle this, I'm going to show you what happens if I do touch any of the sticks. So it's going, boom, control stick moved, exited quick shot. So you can't hit the sticks, you can't touch anything essentially, because it's going to break the quick shot, and then you got to start all over again. And I don't know. I mean, it would be nice if we could. I think, let me know in the comments below, where is it? Because I remember flying my Phantom 4 Pro and I believe my Mavic Air, that there was something that I can fly and still adjust some of it or turn while I'm in a mode. I don't know what it is, but anyway, I know there's a possibility with some quick shot mode, but let me know. I believe maybe it was with the DJI 4 app, not with the Fly app. I don't know. But let me know, because I need to figure that one out again, if there's maybe something I'm missing. But with this, you let it do its thing. You don't touch the controls, and it will go and do the same kind of progress. It will go from 0 to 100%. And this is, again, you got to be mindful of telephone lines right over here, if you see my cursor. So I know that I'm high enough to not hit those. And we're going to zoom around. It's going to do its thing. I got my exposure locked. I'm minus 7/10 underexposed. My histogram is still pretty good. There's no real overexposed. It's a little dark in certain sections, but I would rather have that than pure white. And then there we have it. One more quick shot mode. But essentially, that's what you need to be mindful of. The quick shot mode, now we're going to go to Helix. And it's essentially the same thing. Now we can control the radius. I'm going to do a big 380-foot radius. I'm going to draw a little binding box around my subject. And then that's it. It's going to enable us to go hit and start. And if something messes up, again, if you're too low or something, or it's sensing trees, you kind of compose the way you think you want it to be. And just experiment. Try a few different ones. Meaning try a few different, like maybe a little lower, a little higher, move your gimbal a couple different ways, see what it actually does. Because, I mean, I think there is no real, precision. It just kind of is experimenting and playing and seeing what it what the Quickshot mode works and how it kind of processes it out with the DJI Fly app. But again, I have to play around with the manual, like speed ramping and stuff. I think I can get a better effect than what they're doing, but I just didn't do it. I will maybe for our next video coming up. But as you see, this one's going to take a little bit longer. It's going to cruise around. And we're going to go zooming around, and we're going to get to 100%. Boom. And now I can go and return home quickly in sport mode or something if I like, and it will still save out the quick shot successfully. So now we're going to zoom back down. Whoop. What am I doing here? Checking to see, I believe, that I was still recording. And now, so I went from helix to boomerang. Same kind of thing. Draw the box around your subject. 3, 2, 1. And wait, really quickly. Oh. Boomerang didn't give you any other controls, so I can't control altitude or anything. You just basically hit boomerang and it does its thing. And again, I still have the exposure, which I can control, meaning the exposure compensation right here, and the lock. So that's key. Make sure you are really mindful of this because you want it to be locked in whatever exposure you set based on your histogram. And follow this because this is a technical representation of your exposure no matter what. So you may have a smart controller, not with the Mavic Air 2 yet, unfortunately, but you may have something that you think is looking good because of your display, but it may not be accurate, and this will be more where you want to be following. So this guy's going to kind of cruise around. We're going to speed up a little bit because we can, and there we go, back to 100%. And again, that's it. And then we got Asteroid, which, people have fun with, and it's kind of cool. I'll throw a couple in this video. But same kind of thing. I'm going to do -7/10 underexposed, hit the lock button, boom, draw a binding box or bounding box, whatever it is, and draw a little green square around it, or rectangle, and then hit start. And it's going to say manned aircraft detected. And when this is happening in the Fly app, for example, be really aware of the airspace and don't take this lightly like it's no big deal. There is a manned aircraft, so there's someone actually in a plane who may have a family and cruising around in the air, so we want to be respectful and give them priority and just see where they're at. So scan the skies, do little 10-degree increments, and pay attention. Pay extra attention when you're seeing this warning. And I was looking around and I kind of saw where they were. They are much higher than me. There's a pattern of airplanes that cruise through, and they're usually way further away. But again, still pay attention. Maybe it's a lower aircraft cruising for some reason that you don't know. But again, be extra mindful of this. And it's going to go and take its pictures for that spear effect, and then that's it. So there's one last part I want to show you guys, and this essentially is what you do, and this kind of explains what you have to do. So you hit this little magic wand star thing, and it will essentially download your footage and then create the quick shot for you. And it goes through this little process. So right now it downloaded, and I believe I did another one of this. So it's going to create, switch to, and if you see, you can hit this little guy. When it's yellow, it will do the quick shot. And if you depress that little magic wand star thing again, it will do the original footage. See right here? Boom. And then from there, I take another video right here, and I got to download the file. You see that? And I click this little magic wand again. Essentially, this is your tool, this magic wand. So it downloads it first, and then it will create the quick shot. So again, it'd be nice if there were some options in here, for the music and for some kind of editing control, but there isn't unless I'm missing something, which is very well possible. Let me know if there is some way to do anything. Subscribers, people, Mavic Air users, drone flyers. Let me see. So as you see, it downloads and then it will create the Quickshot. And it takes a second. You got to be patient. Not a big deal though, because it is pretty impressive, honestly. I mean, it's pretty cool. We'll zip through a little bit. Beep. And now it's Quickshot. And now you see what we get. And this is really creative for some kind of edit. You know, I mean, we can do a lot of stuff with that. We can reverse the footage. You can do all kinds of fun stuff. But as you see, DJI adds their little logo. And then you go to like your next clip. You select one. We'll do it one more time. And then it's, so this right now, oop, that was a C right here. So I'm going to download files. So right now, if I play it, it was playing. Here, wait, what was it going to do? So right now, download files to generate the Quickshot. If you hit the play button, it's just going to play back normally because you didn't download and create it yet. Oh, I'm zipping all around. I'm sorry. So I think I'm actually trying to see what video is which. But if you look, you'll see... Okay, that's annoying. I'm sorry. So I think I was testing it out too. Basically, all these ones with a short duration are garbage. So 7, 1, 4, all were F-ups, essentially. So look for the ones, and you see, you got boomerang, you got the helix, you got the circular one, you got asteroid, blah, blah, blah. So we're going to go and see what's next. And I'm going to show you or explain to you. So we're going to select one. And then we're going to hit the little star button. And it's going to say, do you want to download? We do. Oh, this is the frickin' 4-second one. God dang it. So if we go and we get one, this is 49 seconds, so we know it's the real one. And it's going to play back normally. It's going to say not downloaded, which we need to do in order to make a quick shot. We're going to download it. We're going to let it do its thing. It takes not that long. We'll zip through for the sake of the tutorial. And boom. And then it goes and automatically creates the quick shot, which this is real time, super quick for this guy. And voila. And now we can play it and we can see what we just got. The music kind of is lame, but whatever. You could change that later, no issue. And now you see, by this being yellow, it's showing that it's the actual quick shot. If I tap that again, it would just play back the regular footage. So this is essentially what you need to do for your workflow. You need to select what clip you want, boomerang or whatever. You got to see that it says not downloaded. You hit this little star, then it will download it. It will ask you, like it just said, it will say, boop, download work to generate quick shot? Yes, please. So we download. It goes and downloads it, and then it will create it. And we go zip, 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 zip. And then we get our quick shot. And again, you see it's a quick shot by the little yellow, this guy. Wait, that. So if this is yellow, that means it's quick shot. And then we go here. Whoop. Let me go over here. We can go to this arrow right here, and that will bring us to this guy. And then we can hit the 3 dots to the right. And then that will bring you into an area where we can go and save the file or airdrop it or do whatever we want with it. So this is the last part I want to show you. I'm getting back in. I just put my drone to my controller and I'm doing a really quick screen recording. And as you see, I'm going to go fly. I'm going to hit the plus sign right here to review and get into my camera roll. And now you see my different quick shots. So right here, asteroid, blah, 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 boomerang. And as you see, I'm going to go and pick one of them. I can pick this guy. And this is the Quickshot version. And you could see that by this being illuminated yellow. Switch to Quickshot. Now this is the one of me. And we can go right now and uncheck it. And now it will be the original footage, not with DJI, with the app stuff, with the music and everything. So we get this to do what we want with. And whoop. And now we are going to show you. So right now, here, let me get back a little bit. I am in this little section, and this came from being right here. If we click this arrow on the top right corner, that's going to give you your export options. So we're going to continue on. And now we have this screen. So we can go directly to Facebook, Instagram. I believe this is, I don't even know, text, TikTok, Sky Pixel, I believe. And then this is what I focus on only. So I use personally these 3 dots. And as I said, this is if I hit Facebook, it's saying work exceeds the platform size. So you got to upload the Sky Pixel first and then share it that way. I'm not going to mess around with that at the moment, but you can play around with those options and see what's involved. You got to hook up your account and stuff. And now I click the 3, and now this is going to bring up this. So this is what I want to see. Got different people, kind of funny. But at the same time, I'm going to go and hit this and airdrop it to my iMac. Boom. Depress iMac. It's going to wait. I actually am a little further from my computer, so I'm going to walk closer. It's waiting, and then it's going to send. And as you see, zip, pretty fast. And after that, I have it on my iMac to do what I want with and edit and throw it in the Final Cut or whatever. And I have the ability to do what I just did. I'm going to slow it down. I can scroll down, put it into a mail, message, or go to messages, do whatever I want. But I'm going to go to save video right here and just save it to my camera roll. And then there we go. And then I'm going to go to my camera roll. And it is right here. So as you see, those are the easier ways for me if I'm editing on my iPhone to get it right onto my iPhone. And I can do it that way. Or I can airdrop it to my iPad Pro and edit in LumaFusion. Or I can just, as I said, get access to it on my iMac and edit it properly in Final Cut like I'm using right now for this video. So hope this helps, guys. Subscribe, let me know. I know it's a little longer, but I feel sometimes it's needed to just kind of walk through the process and really explain what's going on. But again, hit the subscribe button if you can be so kind. I'm trying to break 1,000, and it would be really, really cool. Super psyched to do that. And aloha. Bye, guys. Have a great weekend. Happy 4th.